budget commander list that I just put together. I was inspired by someone on Facebook who posted this commander, and I sat down and I said, you know what, let's try to see if we can put together a deck that might actually be very fun to play and very cheap. So let's get right into it. So this is our commander, Firesong and Sunspeaker. It's kind of heavy on the mana cost, but we do have a lot of rocks and ways that we can get there. So basically what it does, all red and instant sorcery spells you control have lifelink, and whenever a white instant or sorcery spell causes you to gain life, you deal 3 damage to target creature or player. So this deck is filled with a lot of cards that will help you ping your opponent and also deal damage to them. So we have the Brash Taunter, just to deal damage back to them when you block. We have stuff like Electrostatic Field, which will deal a damage to everyone whenever you cast an instant or sorcery. We have the Kessig Flame Breather. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, it does 1 damage to each opponent. We have the Infantry, which just gets bigger and bigger as we keep casting instant sorceries. We have the Fire Servant, just to deal double damage. So if you're dealing 3, you're going to be dealing 6 instead. We have Burnished Heart and Solemn Simulacrum to ramp us a little bit. We have a bunch of ways to discard cards and draw cards. We have board wipes, of course. Lots of board wipes. We have some protection spells like Deflecting Palm. We run the Big Score. We run the Unexpected Windfall to throw a possibility to pitch away stuff that we don't need. And like I said, we have a lot of board wipes in here. We got the Blasphemous Act. We have Invoke Calamity to cast 2 spells from our graveyard without paying their mana cost. And then we have here mana rocks. So we have Arcane Signet, Boral's Cluestone, Boral Signet, Commander Sphere, all of them. We have all of the good mana rocks in this deck. We also play Mind's Eye to draw us a card whenever our opponent draws a card. We have the Well of the Lost Stream to draw a bunch of cards whenever we gain life. We have the Glittering Stockpile, which is a mana rock in itself, and then you can sack it whenever it has a ton of stash counters on it, add a bunch of mana. For enchantments, we're going to be playing Dawn of Hope. Whenever you gain life, you may pay 2 if you do draw a card, or you can pay 4 and create a 1/1 soldier creature token with lifelink. We have dual casting, so we can enchant a creature and then just tap a red to copy our instant and sorcery. We are playing the new card Fall of Care Andros. So whenever they're dealt excess damage, you mass Orcs X, where X is that excess damage. And then for 8, we can deal 7 damage to a target creature. We are playing the new Fiery Inscription. Ring Tempts You. Whenever you cast instant or sorcery, it deals 2 damage to each opponent. So we're constantly pinging our opponent with the other cards that we have, like the Flame Breather and the Electrostatic Field. We have Mechanized Warfare in here, so whenever a red or an artifact source you control will deal damage, it deals +1 instead. And then we have the generic cheap land base. We play Ash Barrens just to cycle for land. Boros Garrison is good, so you float a mana, play this, return it to your hand, play it again the next turn. Clifftop Retreat, just to add a white or a red. Command Tower, we play Evolving Wilds and Terramorphic Expanse to get a land. We also play Exotic Orchard, we play Myriad Landscape to ramp. We play Lower Hold Campus because for 4 mana, at the end, one of your opponent's end steps, you can pay 4, scry 1. These are the tokens that will be needed for the deck, so we have the Ring token, we have the Orc Army, the Elemental, the Treasure, and the Soldier, and that's about it. So this is the mana curve. We curve out around 2 or 3 mana, 2 or 3 mana, and then 4 mana. So we have a lot of 2 and 3 drops in the deck. We have some 1 drops, not many, and that's it. This deck it looks fun. I haven't got to play test it yet, but price wise, as you can see, is dirt cheap. Anywhere between $60 to $70, and then this deck is yours. So when I upload this to YouTube, the Moxfield link will be in the description along with my channel information, and that's about it. I hope you enjoyed this budget deck, and I will see you in the future when I do more.